Hey guys, so where the hell have I been? It's been a few months since I made the last video, and I kind of went ghost on you guys. I'll explain, what's been going on. But first, I wanted to say, I decided to not really have this video be structured. I don't have any notes with me, so I'm kind of just gonna go through everything that's happened in my head over the past couple of months, so bear with me here. As you can see in the background, I have a nice little dangling thing. Eventually that's going to go above Amelia's crib. We just haven't gotten around to it, and there was already a hook in the living room, so we decided to just hang it up until we get it into her room. Okay, so where we left off, since then we've gotten a new apartment. We're back in Staten like we were before. We ended up moving out of our one-bedroom apartment into Christopher's parents' house for a couple months while we were waiting for an opening for a two-bedroom. And I accidentally came across these apartments that we're in now while I was applying to the apartments that are behind these. And I noticed that they were all empty, that they were doing a bunch of construction, and they actually happened to be rented out by the same landlord we had for our other apartment. So I called them up real quick, and they said, yeah, we have 4 openings, and we actually ended up being the first people to move into the entire complex after they had renovated them. So that was super cool. They're super nice. They're 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. They've got hardwood floors, they've got carpet, brand new appliances. They redid everything, and it's so nice. And we got to pick, what apartment we got to be in, because we were the first people to rent, and so we picked the upstairs corner. So we only have people downstairs and on one side of us, which is so nice. We haven't had really any problems with noise because, we're the ones that are walking around above people instead of the other way around. And you'll have to bear with me here. I think Amelia is waking up. I heard her make a little noise. But yeah, they're 2 bedrooms, so Amelia gets to have her own room. There's no AC, which kind of sucks. But my dad actually helped us, and he got us an AC for the apartment, so that was really nice, and it's helped a lot because this last week we've had a huge heat wave. Like, it's been over 100 for the last few days, which is sucked so bad. I feel so bad. Christopher's had to work outside in it. Poor guy. But he works so hard, and I'm really thankful for that, because I'm still able to be home with our daughter. Amelia she'll be 6 months old next Thursday. I can't even believe we've had her for almost half a year. Half a year has gone by, and it has flown. I just got back a little while ago from the gym, and I got to put Amelia to bed, showered, and I had my protein shake already, and so now I'm having some water. So with the whole working out, I tried out Beachbody for a while. I did that for a little over a month. I was a Beachbody coach, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't have a whole lot of, people to coach that would actually buy anything, so I ended up spending a lot more money than I ended up making. I didn't really make anything, and so financially it wasn't going to work for our budget. But with the help of Beachbody, I was actually able to lose 10 pounds because I kind of plateaued with just going to the gym, because I wasn't going as often. I was getting discouraged, and being a Beachbody coach kind of helped me find that self-confidence a little bit. which was huge in getting results for me. At the doctor's Wednesday, I'm weighing in at 126.2, which before I got pregnant, I was trying to work up to 125. That was my goal weight because I wanted to add muscle. I was 112 and I was trying to gain 13 pounds. And it's crazy to me now that I'm almost at that goal weight. But like I've told you guys before, I'm not really concerned with how much I weigh, with what the scale says, because your body composition can be drastically different just depending on how you're built, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have. The scale really doesn't tell you how healthy you are, in my opinion, because, I mean, I was 112 before I got pregnant, and I was 5 foot, and some people would say, that's kind of heavy for a girl who's 5 foot, or that's kind of lightweight for a girl who's 5 foot, not 5'4". I'm definitely not 5'4". But I was built. I had a lot of muscle. I was thin, but I was built. And so I was really, really healthy. And I kind of let myself go when I was pregnant. And a lot of that had to do with I've had a lot of joint pain from being a volleyball player. And so I used to live off of ibuprofen to be able to lift heavy. And when you're pregnant, you can't take ibuprofen. So that kind of put a big tamper on working out, and because my belly got so big so fast, it kind of threw off my balance for sure, and it made it really hard to be able to work out because I was really tired all the time and my joints hurt. And so over time it just kind of built up, and that's why I ended up gaining 50 pounds while I was pregnant, which is a lot. You're only supposed to gain, for how much I had weighed before, I was a healthy weight, I should have only gained 25 to 35 pounds, and I gained 50. And the doctor never said anything to me about it, and I kind of wish that he would have at this point, but what's in the past is in the past. Doesn't matter. I'm working hard to get back into a body I feel good about, and I'm really happy about it. I'm getting pretty close. I've lost a lot of weight. I've made a lot of progress. My legs are looking way better than they used to. My stretch marks are fading. You can still definitely tell that I have a lot of them, but they've faded a lot, which is incredible. But over the last couple of months, now I want to put like a little disclaimer here. I'm not in any way looking for sympathy or for you guys to, say, oh my gosh, that's so awful. I don't want the sympathy. I'm in no way trying to tell you guys what I'm about to tell you for attention or anything like that. That is the last thing that I want. But I wanted to talk about what's been going on the last few months and kind of why I've went ghost on you guys, because I feel it's really important to talk about because it's not talked about a lot, and to raise awareness for it and let other women know that these feelings that they might be having after their baby is born, it's normal. I mean, it's not exactly normal, but you're not alone. And I've been dealing with a lot of depression and anxiety, and a few weeks ago I started having panic attacks almost every day, and I didn't want to get out of bed for anything. The only reason I would get out of bed would be to take care of Amelia, because I knew she needed me. And it's not something that you can, just logically say, oh, knock it off. Why are you being like this? Just stop and be normal. Because trust me, I've tried that, and I think about that all the time, but I can't change it. And a lot of it has to do with the labor and delivery that I had. I know I told you guys about it, but it was really traumatic for me. And since I started going to the therapist, I was diagnosed with PTSD, with depression and anxiety because of postpartum, what I dealt with. None of this has ever happened. I've never had any problems with depression before, but after my labor and delivery, I've really been struggling, and I'm the first person who would never ever ask for help, but it started affecting me in a way that was starting to affect my daughter, because I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want to go anywhere, I didn't want to hang out and play with her, and she needs that. She needs me to be okay. And so I decided enough was enough, and so I had to swallow my pride a little bit, and I went and saw a therapist. And I've only had a couple sessions so far, but to be honest, I feel kind of silly even going, because I feel like I don't need help. I feel like I should be able to do this on my own and get through it and be fine and be normal. But I've had to accept that I can't. And that's really hard for me, because all I want is to just be normal again. And a lot of what has helped me to know that it's okay to need help is I'm not the only one who feels like this. So many moms out there have gone through or felt the way that I have been feeling over the last few months. And it's not talked about a lot. Like, postpartum depression is kind of hush-hush. Like, it's one of those things that you just don't talk about. And I think it's so important for us moms to discuss it, and even people who aren't moms to just raise awareness, because it's a serious thing and it's hard. And what makes it even harder to get through it is because you think you're the only one dealing with this, you're the only one feeling this way, and you feel guilty. You feel guilty to feel this way. You feel guilty that you don't want to do things with your children. You feel guilty that you don't want to do anything, and that you just want to lay in bed and do nothing. And that's hard. It's so important to have a good support system, and not only just a good support system, but to have supportive people who can understand what you're going through, like in mom groups. And I've got a couple of friends that I've been able to talk to, luckily, and it's helped a lot, because I admitted to them what's been going on with me, and they're like, I dealt with that too with my first kid. And just to have your feelings validated means everything. It makes you feel like you're not crazy. Like, this is real. It's not just in your head. This is real. And that's a lot of the reason why I haven't made these videos, is because I've really been down, and I'm still really self-conscious about all of the changes that have happened with my body. Yeah, I produced this beautiful little girl who's incredible. She's such a good baby, and she's so happy all the time, and that's great. I love it. I love her more than anything in the world. But it's so hard to look at myself in the mirror and see all those stretch marks, and see everything that's happened, see all the weight that I had gained. It's hard. My self-confidence was really shattered, body-wise. My picture of my body image. It's hard. I didn't want to take pictures. I love to have pictures of family and things, and I didn't want to be photographed. because I hated the way that I looked. And I'm still struggling with that, but as I work out more and more and I see the progress that I'm making, it's definitely made it a lot easier. And I think it's really important to have at least one person who can tell you, kind of give you that swift kick in the ass to get to the gym and kind of slap the nonsense out of you, theoretically speaking, not literally. But I'm very fortunate that I have Christopher to do that. You know, I'll have those days where I don't want to go to the gym, and he's right there to tell me, get your ass to the gym. Go work out. Go do your workout. I got the baby. Go. And it's so amazing. And it really, really helps, because I went through a period where I didn't want to go to the gym because I hated the way that I looked. Yeah, you go to the gym to change the way that you look, but it was still hard to even want to go there and see myself and see what I had become. Because before being pregnant and before giving birth, I've never looked like this. I've never had really an issue with the way that I looked. I was very fortunate that way. I was very confident in myself. And it's hard. It's hard to rebuild your own confidence once it's gone. It's definitely hard. It's kind of like trying to rebuild trust with someone after it's been broken. It's hard. You have to work like 10 times harder to be able to get back to where it was. But, you know, slowly but surely, I'm getting there. And it's really, really nice. Okay, so aside from all the personal stuff, I got my nose pierced. Woohoo! I've wanted to get it pierced for a couple years, and finally I just kind of went out and was like, I'm gonna get my nose pierced today. Christopher's all, okay. And so I went and did it, and I was kind of unsure at first. I was like, I don't know if I like it. And he's like, well, you can take it out. Yeah, well, I just spent all this money for a nose piercing. I'm not going to take it out the same day. That's stupid. But I'm glad I kept it in because I really like it now. So on to Amelia and all the progress she has made. She is a little badass. She is rolling around like crazy. She rolls onto her tummy. She spins around, rolls all over. She's starting to go all over the living room. My living room is a disaster right now. I am not going to show you it. And I have like 3 baskets of laundry on the couch to fold that I haven't gotten to, and I really need to. Mom life. So, but no, she's rolling around like crazy. She's starting to get better at sitting up on her own, except, you know, she'll have her balance and then all of a sudden she'll just teeter over. It's super funny. But she's so strong and she's so smart. And she's started getting baby food once a day. Every once in a while she gets it twice a day. But I started making her baby food, so I've made so far zucchini and banana and squash and banana. And the next one I'm going to make is apple and pear. And then once we're going to Sun River next Wednesday, we leave for Sun River for a business retreat for Christopher's company, and we'll come back the following Monday. And after we get back, I'm going to get some dried pitted prunes to make her some prune baby food. But from what I've read, you have to soak them overnight so they can rehydrate before you can make them into baby food. And so I'm hoping to get them either the day or the day after we get back, and I'll soak them overnight or I'll soak them all day. I haven't really decided which one yet. I'll probably soak them at night just because it's easier, and then I'll make them the next day. And then I throw some of them in the freezer, and when I need some more for her, I put a jar into the fridge to thaw overnight, and she's good to go. Also, as you guys know, I've been a stay-at-home mom for about 6 months now, and I've actually recently, I had an interview with Subway that's close to our apartment. It's like a block away from where we live, which is awesome. And I've been offered a position from 6 p.m. to midnight, which will suck, but it's 3 nights a week. And so I'll still be able to stay home with Amelia all day, which is my #1 priority. And then Christopher will stay home with her, of course, at night. And while I'm working, because I want to make some extra money just to spend for me. I'm very thankful that I don't have to feel that pressure of trying to provide for, bills and stuff. I'm very fortunate and very thankful that Christopher has not. I'm thankful that he has taken that responsibility over for our whole family, so that I can focus on our daughter and raising her. And anyways, I'll be starting that soon after we get back from Sun River. I was going to start this week, but I've actually been sick the last couple of weeks, and so I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that I had a sinus infection and allergies on top of it. So I was contagious still, so I couldn't work around food, and so she gave me a doctor note and some medicine, and I'm feeling a lot better, which is awesome, because I felt like absolute crap for over a week, because I couldn't take like any Mucinex or anything like that, because that tampers with your milk supply, and I'm still breastfeeding, so that wasn't okay with me. So I started taking some allergy meds, got some nose spray. Luckily, I haven't had to take any of the antibiotics. It kind of just irrigating everything kind of helped everything get better on its own. And I think the sinus infection ran its course anyways, just because it had been so long before I went to the doctors. So that was cool. But wow, this is a long video. As far as the studying to get my personal trainer's certification, I have recommitted myself again. A lot of the depression and stuff kind of really took a toll on pretty much every aspect in my life. But I am currently on chapter 3, and so I'm going to use these weekly videos kind of as accountability. I should have at least a chapter a week done. So by next week, if I don't have chapter 4 done, I need a swift kick in the ass for sure. But today at the gym, I did back and biceps, and I did some cardio. I've recently added in some dumbbell catches and burpees in between my lifting sets, and that has made a huge difference. The dumbbell catches are my favorite. I'll have to show you guys what those are if you don't know what they are. But they're super awesome. But anyways, it is late as shit and I'm tired, so I'm gonna wrap up this video, get it all posted for you guys, and I will see you guys next week. If I don't make the video before we leave for Sun River, I am taking my computer with me, so I will make the video while we are in Sun River. I'm assuming that the house we're going to has Wi-Fi, so I should be able to upload it. But I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.